What's up, guys? It's James from Adrenaline. I figured I would go over a couple things on the Adrenaline Luxe, give you guys some updates. We're pumping out some videos this weekend. So this is just kind of a quick 5-minute overview of where everything's at. I have a Luxe in front of me. I'm going to show you some parts on it. We did a shooting video on efficiency, and we think we should be able to get 15 pods plus. I did it yesterday on 4,000 PSI, and we got 13 pods. And the first 500 PSI is a lot more important than the last 500. So either way, if you want to carry a case, you should be able to in Mech or electronic. We did a shooting video with the most brittle paint I've ever seen. It broke from the knee down, no problem on the concrete. And then we shot in the gun. None of them broke. And during that time, we posted it. It shot around 20, just under 20 balls a second, which is kind of our goal if we could get it up there. But 18.6, I think, is the one I posted. That was the fastest run. No chops, and it didn't break the brittle paint at chrono speed. So give you guys a couple updates. I used it this past weekend, and we saw two things that we weren't super happy with. We're going to change the trigger. We've already started that, actually. It's due in Monday, the new one. So if you can see, this is where the trigger is right now, the one I have here. In fact, the one that shot 18.6 is the light blue trigger. Let me get rid of this. There you go. The gray part is the new trigger. We just made it a little smaller, and it changes the pivot. So if you can see, the pivot was way in the back, and now by making it smaller, it's pivoting a little closer to the center. And in the testing in the prototype phase, it was a lot smoother. It just felt more comfortable. I know people say, what's wrong with 18.6? You don't need to go 21. But for some of you that aren't fast, it's just going to feel easier to go however you do go. So anyway, that's the change. That's already been done. It's one of the last change. It's the last change that you'll see. Everything else has already been completed. Those production units are coming in, like I said, on hopefully Monday. You never know with shipping these days. Let's go. So one of the things I wanted to talk about. So the other thing was, it was kind of, we could see some chopping at Rico's at super high rates of fire. So we made a change this week. That's one reason I haven't posted a video. We were tweaking that, and we made the final change, and it's done. You saw the video. We ran it multiple times. It just cannot chop as long as the loader keeps up, in our testing so far, at least. Maybe somebody could go faster than in the, break that 22, 23 mark. But either way, you can fan it as fast as you want to our testing. So let me show you what we got. So we have the Mech frame. Oops, sorry, guys. So here's the Mech frame. You've seen it before in pictures. This is the old trigger. Again, we changed the feel for that, and I think the new one's a lot better. I'm excited to do a test video of that and see what we can get it up to. This is the Mech valve. It's pretty basic. You get an Adrenaline little separate Mech case that has a zipper for this, and it comes with a Mech frame. You get the next generation Luxe case for the main part of the gun. Let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. So one thing we've talked about is kind of increase the air chambers. I showed people at Cup, if you just feel around in here, you can tell it's a lot different than an X. It's been bored out from about right here forward. It's all been opened up. You can see the WS2 bolt and can. You probably can't see it, but on the stem, it's been redesigned. It only has 3 big wings as opposed to a bunch of, you really can't see any wings from these angles, but it used to have, I think, 5. Some of the moving parts were made a lot lighter. There's a spring in here that helps make it work for mechanical. There is a QEV, which stands for quick exhaust valve. You can barely see it in that little black dot, but that comes out completely. That is what makes some of the magic happen on Mech. So most of these pieces, if you're familiar with the X, are going to look different to you. And I'm not going to go over all of them because I'm sure that DLX will want to go over all of them whenever they talk about it. But needless to say, we've seen some great improvements. We're excited about it. Just real quickly, some of you that aren't familiar with this gun, you basically flip that forward and flip this switch. This comes off. We have a machined aluminum lever here. It's kind of like different from the amp in that way. Instead of being like a wire form. This will be anodized on the parts that you guys are going to be getting. This is one of the first ones, but it's just like this. It's just anodized. This is a raw one. You just pull this lever down, pull this off, put the Mech valve in. You can see there's, well, sorry, you probably can't. I'll do some pictures, but there's two little O-rings here. You want to match this up. Just tuck this in, push it in like that. And then you want to make sure it goes around it. Put that forward. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. I'm by myself here. And so that's a conversion to Mech. I can do it fast if I'm not trying to focus on camera and everything, and then you'll be left with the electronic frame and the solenoid. So those are the parts you change. It's a machine part as compared to like a wire form piece that's in the amp. Obviously we have a little bit higher price point. We can go a little over the top on that. So we can shoot basically, I can't think someone can make something more brittle than what we've been testing it with. It can shoot 20 balls a second in Mech if you can do it. We did not want it to do it for you, so it doesn't have like an auto response trigger or like a hair trigger where you can just bounce it. So if you want to fire fast, you're going to have to figure out how to do it, but it can do it if you can without chopping. And we're excited about the efficiency. Again, 15 pods, something like that on 77. We have the new triggers coming in. We have the dust black stuff waiting. So we should be wrapping this stuff up here pretty soon. And we contact some of the guys have changed their orders from other ones to dust black to get them a little quicker. Now that we're done with all the testing and everything, we're going to be talking to you guys about what patterns you want. We'll be announcing our Adrenaline Athletes probably next week. We have a couple pro guys that are pretty well known, and some of their other sponsors are reviewing stuff, and so that's kind of holding us up, and we're going to release them all at once. So and their patterns, and some of those are pretty badass, to be honest. So anyway, it's a 20 BPS Mech, a 15 pod electro, super smooth and quiet. If you saw the shooting video, I know that's something people were interested in. It's smooth and quiet. We're excited to show you some more videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more this weekend. So this was just kind of a little intro on video day. We'll be doing a lot more, some walk arounds. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.